Boom boom. Boom boom. Boom 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 boom. Microphone test. Boom boom. Boom boom. Okay, microphone is definitely working. Okay, hello everyone. This is Ekefet as always, and today we continue to draw background. It's part 22. Let's hope we can finish it sooner than later. Without further ado, let's just jump into it. I'll play some music, and yeah, let's do it. Come on. Oh, here it is. Hmm. Last time we did this thing, the flower, which I also need to redo a little bit. I feel like I need to add a few features here that weren't present. And change the overall flower too, because it's a little bent over and doesn't look a little that much interesting. But that will be changed momentarily. Like this. I probably need to change the other flower as well, because the other flower probably doesn't have a lot of going on for it. No, it doesn't. Okay. That will be also changed then. Dun, dun, dun. Like this. Oh, 1 like. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot, whoever you are. Thank you for the like. Sorry, I was a bit captivated with my background overlay. But whoever you are, thank you for the like. Always appreciate it. We can show that it's indeed a little bent over. You know, like this top part just smooch this flower down. Boom. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's see how it looks like. Looks decent. It definitely needs more scratches though. Oh, it's more smoothing, I would say. We're definitely going to fix a few things when we... when we start finishing it. Mm-hmm. One second, I need to check on something. Sorry, I also do a few things. Not sort of a AFK, but just looking on how things can look. Mm-hmm. One thing I really want to do is to add a little contrast there. For example, I know that's for later, but... Oh, second like, thank you a lot. This is definitely going to be later, but I want to make the colors a little more rich. For example, I don't know, do something like this, but with more shadows and more reflections, I guess. It definitely would make the picture a little more alive. But that's for later. Right now we will do what we do every time. And once again, thank you for the second like. Okay, let's start finishing the flowers. This flower is pretty much finished, in my opinion. Just need a few love and touches. Here and here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And now we add scratches. We will add a few rusty parts. Here, 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 and here. Probably here, here also. This rust is a little too bright for us, I believe. Okay, this is even brighter. Oh, this is just fine. Hey Iggy, welcome back. Did you get enough rest? I hope you had. Yes, I did, and it feels awesome. It's just way better than not resting. I mean, one would have guessed, but and yet I have to express that. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling great. I'm not feeling like animation today, so I have. So I'm doing the background. Another short is coming up after the stream. I just want to upload something today. This is probably going to be the only short we do in a while. Because the Doge is still taking me some time to finish. And I don't have anything else to post. Glad to hear that. Yay! Thank you. The only thing I do regret is that I haven't watched anything significant in this time. I really wanted to revisit Amadeus while I was resting, but I guess I'll have to do it another time. I wanted to revisit Amadeus to see if I still like this movie or not, because whenever I first saw Amadeus, I was I was fond of this movie. I also want to revisit Space Odyssey a lot, because this is one of the movies that... Oops. It definitely feels like one of the movies you have to rewatch to get more context and see more scenes that you have, like, and see new details in the scenes that you have probably missed. Not to mention that the movie is just great. I'm also going to change the shadow at some point, but not right now. Right now I just want to make this... the things here. We don't want to overdo them, though. We don't want a lot of them, just some of them. And some of them are even going to be a little smoothed out. 5. Oops, it's 50. Oh no. What I'm doing, the light source is here, obviously. After that we jump into the things up there. Okay, I want to make a few scars barely visible. I keep saying scars whenever I mean like scratches, because it feels like I'm working with the flesh here rather than metal. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm not a very smart guy. What movie list are you going to rewatch? Do you have any list of yours? I really want to rewatch a few films. I want to rewatch. I want to rewatch the Sonic the anime because I've been saving it up for a while. I want to rewatch Amadeus. I want to rewatch 2001 Space Odyssey. I want to... There's a film that I really wanted to revisit, but I cannot remember which one it was. It was probably Ed Wood. I kind of, but not necessarily want to revisit Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. Not necessarily because I kind of feel like, I mean, those are great films, but I sort of do not really care about them. What else? I've recently revisited an episode of Futurama. A few episodes though. Futurama was such a great show. Oh yeah, and the South Park. Also, speaking of movies, I want to revisit the South Park movie because I thought it was kind of funny. Those are mostly like movies that entertain me, though. Because I don't remember any movies that I want to revisit for the value of the movie rather than for the overall fun experience I had with them. Yeah, this looks great. Nothing too deep. Although this could be deeper. Oh, actually, I want to revisit Scarface. Scarface would be a great movie, and I also want to revisit Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh, speaking of Google, I want to revisit. I want to revisit The Man Who Laughs. I wanted to revisit it for a long time. I just remember that I did. I wanted to revisit it just when I saw Nosferatu because Nosferatu was such a boring experience for me that I was wondering if what would happen if I rewatched like The Man Who Laughs, because I remember The Man Who Laughs as a great movie. And it was also a silent film, just like Nosferatu. The only difference between the two is that, as I remember, Nosferatu wasn't that great of a movie, and like The Man Who Laughs. I probably at some point would like to revisit Treasure of Sierra Madre. It's a Western film about greed. Because I was thinking, well, just after I watched it, that this was one of the best movies I've ever saw. Now I'm not so certain. Now I kind of feel like it. I might feel different about this movie. Speaking of Spider-Man, they released a new trailer, and sure, did you saw the leaked trailer and you know if it's real or not? I don't care either way. The superhero franchises right now. Oops. Hope I didn't show anything important there. Superhero franchises right now sort of not. Is not something that I'm really interested in right now. Nor will I ever be in the future. At least I don't think so. Although, which Sam Raimi's movie was it? 1 second, I want to remember it. Sam Raimi. 1 second, filmography. No. Darkman, yes, I haven't seen Darkman before. I really want to see Darkman. It's one of the movies that everybody talks about, and they say and it has a very positive feedback. And it was made by the guy who made Spider-Man, so I am kind of interested in this movie. I don't know when I will watch it, but I want to watch it 100%. Do. Speaking of movies, I really want to see. I want to see Hammer Studios Dracula. Is that Hammer Studios? It feels like I. Yeah, Hammer film. I want to revisit Hammer film Dracula. Not revisit, just watch, sorry. Because the gimmick of this film is that they have like Bram Stoker's Dracula, and they have a whole series where they just resurrect his ashes by using the blood. And it sounds like such a stupid idea, I love it. I think the comics are just that. They are... I mean, not the comics, but... Oh, Jesus, did I say comics? I think like the... Can you call it a grindhouse? I think it's a grindhouse. Or is it? Well, whatever. I feel like those kinds of movies would probably interest me. It just sounds so ridiculous. I love the idea. Another thing about ridiculous ideas is people are being a little more pedantic about the ideas that, hey, it's repetitive, or hey, it doesn't make any sense. Usually I feel so this way as well, but in some cases I think people are very, very people are very attached to their own beliefs on what the cinema should be and how should it function. Not to mention that I don't think that a lot of this holds weight. Although it just comes to... It just boils to who means what about when they talk about like the purpose of the cinema and how should it function, I guess. Boom, ba da 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 boom, ba da da dum. Boom, 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 ba boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'll change everything into time. So I didn't really plan on anything grand about this thing, so I'm going to improvise here. This is going to be just played. Let me take a harder brush here. Dun, dun. Since we are messing with the thing I haven't really planned out, why not use a brush that really can help us cover a lot of space in a short amount of time. You probably should watch Dracula films in chronological order from Silent War to modern one. It's an interesting idea. Technically, Nosferatu was the first time the vampire appeared on screen, isn't it? I believe so. Let me check. Yes, it was Nosferatu. And it was supposed to be a Dracula film, but the guys who made Nosferatu just couldn't get the copyrights for Nosferatu. Because the wife of Bram Stoker said, no, we don't want... I am not going to part with his intellectual property. I don't think you'll do it any justice. I'm not going to judge her or not. To be perfectly honest, I haven't really read the Dracula book, which I plan to do in the future. Where is it? Is it? Oh, I'm stupid. So yeah, I don't think like this is going to be a great idea. I don't think like the past Dracula films were particularly good films. Some films are just very, very stupid, like Van Helsing. And I mean stupid in a good way, they just like very dumb 2000 slashers, which is fun in its own way. Like those movies are, I wouldn't say it like they're super ridiculous, but they're so the product of its time. Oh, speaking of movies I want to revisit, I probably want to revisit Van Helsing. Because when I was young, this movie was just bombastic for me. I remember being super excited to see it each time it was on the TV. I didn't have a DVD of this, and the only way I could watch this movie was if it was broadcasted on some channel. And whenever some channel was broadcasting Dracula, I always watch it from the beginning to the end. Wait, didn't this theme also had like Catherine Zeta-Jones? I'm almost sure it had Catherine Zeta-Jones. Cast. No. It was Kate Beckinsale. I guess I just remembered Catherine Zeta-Jones out of nothing. Probably because wasn't the second Zorro movie coming out almost the same year? Not going to Google it, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhere around the time. Here. This is just... Actually, that has a place here. Doesn't... I'm just going to make it flat before I started to fill it with something. Van Helsing is the Zero's movie, Dracula vampire film they used to air always on TV. Also the Underworld. Underworld! What's the Underworld? I'm pretty sure that I know this film on Russian. Underworld. Oh, of course, it's the... It's a vampire movie about a girl who liked the vampire slash slash werewolf. This film reminds me of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines game. Except Vampire the Masquerade was a bit more interesting. I want to play Vampire the Masquerade. Jesus, I want to play so much games, and I'm not going to. though. I'm not going to, though. The time for games is over. Now it's time to make content. Back in the days where renting CDs was a thing. True. Nowadays we don't have anything like that. I remember renting a lot of DVDs actually. I've rented a cash-in Kazoo that was trying to grab some money from Mulan. So you remember Disney's Mulan, of course, and there was one. Actually, was. I bet there was more than one studios that tried to cash in on that, but the one I remember and the one I rented was The Secret of Mulan, and it was about the same story about Mulan, but with one significant change. Everyone was a bug. The Mulan herself was a caterpillar that was supposed to transform into a butterfly. I'm not making this up. It's a real thing. One second, I'll grab myself something to drink. Wow. I'm back. I haven't heard about this before. You mean The Secret of Mulan? There's a reason why I haven't heard about this movie. It's not very good. I would go so far to say it wasn't good at all. Like, for reals, it's just a very, very confused movie. Kind of looks like nothing. Let me take some inspiration. Wait, I heard this music before. Is Crash Bandicoot is where it's from? Hmm. Oh! You know what we can do? We can do another wall here, like this wall. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. You know what we're going to do here? We're going to do another like slab thing here. Like here, but here. So lead us, my chaotic brush. One here. One here, and one going to be here like this. Mm-hmm. Doesn't look that interesting so far. Actually, you know what? We can always do that. We can make some cracks here and make some things appear smaller or... 1 second. We cannot go under this thing here. Yeah, you know what? We're not going to risk it. You won't cover anything anyway. There's always a precaution about like what space is it going to take. How did I make the screws here? Oh, okay, I see. Except this thing is going to be like more round than blocky. Definitely need more contrasting colors there. But we're going to work on it. Definitely going to be anywhere as well. Everywhere, I mean. Okay, here. By the way, search for the living that the first person should have this. IGN. Okay, I will. Oh, it's a video. We will. We'll watch it in. We'll watch it in 15 minutes. We'll do a little break. 1 second, I'm going to. I'm going to search for my screenshots. Stay hydrated. Mm-hmm. We're going to make it a little more interesting by adding a few patches here. And we are going to make a few holes here. Like was going to be something here. Mm-hmm. 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 Boom. Water. Yes. You're right, Duty. Water is life. Banana. Let's see how it looks from a... Mm-hmm. Looks okay. Mm-hmm. I guess I can make it just dark here, since it's just going to... There's not going to be any light source up here. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Right now we're just forming the thing here. Now we have formed the necessary lines, and now we are forming the form itself. Then we're going to add a little texture, then reflexes, then probably scratches or something like that. Boom, baby. Mm-hmm. It should be a little like rough, like it's Like it was stitched together, like a sort of Frankenstein monster. What color are you going to use on those walls? Probably the same color, because we use the same color here, and I want everything to stay in line. So it's the same metal. Besides, we don't really want them to stick out, I don't think so. Okay, it's formed. Actually, let me do this, the next layer. Just so we didn't start to delete something that we might regret deleting. This slab is on top, which is why I'm going to form it first. Actually, I would probably need to form this first, but who cares? It doesn't really matter that much. At least I don't see how it would matter. Mm-hmm. Should be a little brighter on those parts. Down here we try to balance it out between the three colors, one being red, one being like light blue, and one is going to be like the base red slash brown color. Here we're going to balance between the black, blue, and bright red. I don't know how this color is going to be called. How is it called? How do you say it? I cannot speak. I am a dumb. Sorry. It's really hard to speak properly. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. The funny thing about like this sort of how do you even call it? No. I think it's screw. It's not. It doesn't look like screw. It's just a piece of metal. The funny thing about this piece of metal is going to stick out, being very anesthetic. Do do do. Do do do. Na 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 na. Da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Probably not going to look like that. It's going to be on top. It's going to overshadow this completely. Let's see. Yeah. Could be a little slimmer though. Mm-hmm. 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 I feel I'm not doing something correctly. Here, let's check. Nah, it looks okay. Actually, it looks even better than I imagined it. Mm-hmm. Okay, in 1 minute we're going to take a break to see the video. Can we even watch it though? I bet it's copyright claimed. Yeah, I just realized that it can be copyright claimed. Because it's produced by another channel on YouTube. They're probably going to... Yeah. They're probably not going to be happy if we play it. Sorry, but living with a first-person shooter guy is cancelled. I'm sorry, but that I have to like disappoint you, but if anything, blame YouTube. The reason isn't important. You can watch it on your own time. Oh, okay. I will. If I can remember. I also have a addition spam with a goldfish. But I'll try my best to remember. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Beam bamboo, beam bamboo. So it's a song from the Forbidden Zone, a movie that nobody knows, and I wouldn't say it's for a bad reason. Rotate and see how everything looks like. Yeah, it sort of looks like a very strange pipe. I wonder how, like, 1 second. I'm just fantasizing. Oops! I got scared by my phone. I'm just curious about how it's going to look like. Because I am planning to on adding shadow here later on. Definitely not that much, but probably like that much probably. Oh no 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 no! Oh. Jesus, all of this, like, copyright claim bullshit is making me nervous. The original layout, of course I do. 1 second. Let's save it and... can I? No, I cannot. With a few asterisks, this is how the original looked like. This is probably the closest to the original you can see. This, and this. Actually, there is one thing that we tried to do before that, and I kinda didn't like it because it looked like a piece of garbage. It didn't look interesting to me. Millsbrower, the tone of your voice makes me nervous. It's the thing about like game soundtrack is sometimes they're using the copyrighted material, the copyrighted songs, and I just cannot play them. uh, for the obvious reasons. Uh, no, and no. Okay. I should probably turn up the volume booster. So yeah, this is how it originally looked like. Actually, there's a even even older overlay which you can watch here. This is what I initially wanted to do, and this is where we are currently. Boom, boom. Except this thing is not going to be like for World of Warcraft soundtrack. It's going to be. I'm decided to recycle it a bit if I ever wanted some chat here. It's a good spot for chat because nobody is going to like be interested in seeing that thing. And the soundtrack, if it's going to play somewhere here. The now drawing thing is going to be replaced by this thing if I want to put it on screen so everybody could know what we're drawing. Those options that you see here are not really that important to us. It's just Windows and help. Oh yeah, and my avatar is still going to be here. I'm going to get rid of those wooden. I was intended to put a wooden spikes here. I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to replace it with something else. The ferns though, like the fern plants, I'm going to keep. Oh, and I also had like, yeah, a few more chains here. This is our light source. This is something I was referencing. Yeah, and you can also see that I still kept the same ideas here, except now drawing is replaced with this thing, and now playing is going to be here. Boom. Okay, and from soundtrack of Crash Bandicoot, let's jump straight to Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back. Ooh, spooky. No go. Well, it did almost everything except this thing. At least form it a little bit. More shadows here. I almost... Yeah, I'll probably do that, actually. would be fun to see some of the things just disappearing inside those, like this, going to disappear inside the pipe. Mm-hmm. Whenever I hear like a copyrighted material, it's always like I'm stepping on a landmine. Mm-hmm. Like this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1 second, I'm thinking about something. Oh, speaking of movies I want to watch, I want to more. I know we're kind of a little behind that already, but I thought I would return to that because I like talking about movies. And one movie I really want to watch is John Egbert's movie. John Egbert is basically a movie critic. This is like what he is known for. And he made his own movie, and nobody seemed to like it. And I'm curious to see how he failed. Maybe he didn't. Maybe I'll genuinely like the movie, but the time will tell. I like to watch movie regardless of like its quality, though. Whenever it's failure or not, you can always analyze the movie and get something out of it. Mm-hmm. Let's add some effects here prematurely. How about some series? I mean, the Sonic movie anime is kind of the series because it's a stitched together series, which are forming the overall, whichever formed into a movie. Series. I'm thinking about is there something I would like to watch, and the truth is I kind of don't watch anything that is current, because with here's the thing about here's the thing about the series. You can watch the series. I mean, you can watch the movie, and despite the fact that you might not like the movie, it's always going to be like 1 or 2 hours long. It's just in its nature to be like 1 or 2 hours long. Whenever you watch a series, it's going to be like very, very long and and if you don't like the series, you are not going to be entertained by that. Which is why I don't watch a lot of series. The series I want to, and the series what I want to watch, I want to revisit. I want to revisit the earlier South Park. I want to revisit Futurama probably at some point. From the current one, well, they're not making Primal, so I don't care. It's as simple as that. They're not making Primal, so there's nothing I want to show right now. Actually, I want to show a bit of Smiling Friends whenever they launch the series. Because I know that it was already greenlighted by Adult Swim, and it's created by Zach Hadel, who is a very big Newgrounds. I mean, was a Newgrounds slash slash YouTube guy. And I'm interested to see if we're going to make it better or worse. Because even though the pilot is not that great, there's definitely there's definitely a way to make it better. I'm just curious if we're going to make it better. Other than that, not really. I mean, the last live action series I watched was the Boardwalk Empire, which was a year ago now, and I did not like the Boardwalk Empire throughout the way. I liked the first season. The first season was fine. The second and third season, they were okay, but you really have to be but you really have to like the Boardwalk Empire at this point. If you are not if you're like really not a die-hard fan of Boardwalk Empire season 1, you're not going to like season 2 and 3. Then 4 and 5, well, I recommend you to watch the 4th and the 5th season, like the whole show throughout the way, if you like to learn more about Al Capone, aka Scarface. But then again, you have YouTube, and YouTube has the cool thing called documentaries. So you'll probably learn a lot more just watching the documentaries. I'll start with this one. Precisely, there's always a whole episode that's kind of boring, so you don't have any choice but to follow it unless you live. But Smallville will be my all-time favorite. Smallville isn't about Superman. I'm pretty sure it's about Superman. I remember like Lois Lane was referring to Clark Kent in the cartoon as Smallville because he was originated from Smallville. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Have you seen it? No. I'm not sure if I want to, honestly. I kind of don't... I don't like superhero-ish stuff. I like the superhero stuff, like... which is either super cliched, like Sam Raimi's films, which know exactly what to do, or something like... or Batman in that regard, or even like Superman from the 80s. Or... like a new outlook on Superman hero. Oh, you know what? Dutzy, tell me how you feel about Spawn, like the character Spawn. Tell me how do you feel about Spawn? Mm-hmm. Dutzy, please tell me how do you feel about Spawn? I'm curious to know. Okay, let's zoom out, and I want to see how the whole thing looks like. Yeah. Could use a little more shadows to separate those two. So if the light goes from here, then it's going to cast a wave there. Um, like this. For me, it's not that bad. Not that silly at all. Much better than Electra. Oh, you mean the movie Spawn? No, I mean the character Spawn, because the Spawn had a very interesting animated series which were broadcasted in the 90s on the channel called HBO. I wouldn't say it's like exceptionally good, but for what it was pretty cool. I especially like some of the reimagination of certain concepts. Be that a Christianity or some like people movements. And the animation was good as well. Well, as much as it could be. In the second season, they got rid of like the Spawn's white things around the eyes, and he just had like the black mask. Oh, sorry, I misinterpreted my bad. It's alright. It's okay. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, if you like, if you want to see some, well, not exactly subtle, but adult superhero series, you should try Spawn. Maybe Invincible too. I personally cannot recommend the Invisible Festival because I didn't watch it, and probably not going to. But if you, but I can recommend Spawn. I mean, the movie is, I mean, obviously not the movie, but the animated TV series. Mm-hmm. Whew. We need that to make the flower here more distinct. Some of the brighter outlines here. Actually, it will go as far as like make this thing bright. Super, super bright. Uh-huh. His looks got a little resemblance to Moleman, the Doctor Strange cape, I don't know. Just man, Mothman. I mean, Spawn kind of looks like to me, like Venom, because the guy who made Spawn also made Venom for Marvel. His name was Todd McFarlane. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, actually, let me check this file. Yeah, well, I need some... something more dark here. Just to sort of make the thing appeal as a whole. Add some more volume here. Uh-huh. Okay, 5. Whew. Boom. I like how it looks like right now. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Venom does look like him. You know what? I'm probably going to stop here because I just want to do a few things before I go to sleep, and yeah, we'll save here. And I know it hasn't been like 2 hours, but I still need to do a few things before I go to bed. So if you like those streams and you want to see more, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and doing all those good things. After I leave, I'll probably upload one of my animations, and this is going to be all the content which I can provide today. I say goodbye to some viewers that are still left here. I say goodbye to Dutzy, who was with me. Dutzy says me goodbye. I say goodbye to him here too, and I say goodbye to everyone who's going to watch this video. Egg Fat is out.